All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for Otorimonogatari, episode 3.
Okay,
all right.
We figured out the pronunciation.
Yes,
which is probably wrong. It's probably wrong, but you know.
Sonotori.
Yeah, sonotori.
Yeah.
Right.
Whatever.
Yes.
So, we had a very tense, but also sexually tense moment, potentially, in the previous episode, where Sengoku got saved by Araragi.
Right.
And it was kind of wholesome of Araragi, just being like, hey, come on, take care of yourself.
And let me know, like, let other people know when we can help out.
Yeah, we care about you. Now, obviously, Sengoku appreciates that, but she also would love that he would care about her in other contexts because, you know, she really likes him. And then, of course, Araragi has, you know, his Araraginess, so he's not suggesting that she stay with his sisters, but instead in his room. Right. And then Shinobu is like, zoning problems, quick!
The only one who stays in Araragi's room is me.
Yes. In fact, the only one that gets up in Araragi's business is me.
This room ain't big enough for the both of us.
Yeah. And we kind of already know in some ways how this is gonna come back to bite Shinobu. And Shinobu's like, hey, the only one that can be vampiric of Araragi is me.
Well, no, I mean, it's mutual.
It is mutual. Absolutely. But this was a very interesting scene because there were a lot of ways, I would say, perspectives to look at the context of what was going on here, not just from the perspective of Shinobu, but Sengoku and Araragi, to where I think that this was probably one of the more like brilliantly like set up scenes, in that there were some very different motivations clashing here that led to this kind of a Shinobu just whack and then being like, all right, this is the way things are going, what are you gonna do about it?
Right.
And I can basically see why the first episode ending with tentacle powers just destroying them. You can almost hear Sengoku mocking Shinobu in the future, being like, what are you gonna do about it, Shinobu? And Shinobu's like, hey, Araki, come here, let me suck you and throw hands at this bitch.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, But
Konosuba dub, for those of you that don't know.
It's amazing.
It's amazing. Yeah.
But as for what happens now, like, Sengoku's probably at the point where she's ready to become a Medusa-ish, maybe, or at least I think it could happen this episode.
I think we're coming at that at the end of this episode. Yeah, like we're really close to it, and it's partially, I would say, not just what's going on with Araragi, but just what's building at the school with regards to Kuchinawa's kind of, I would say, prodding and kind of. Clarifying, kind of, hey, are you okay with the way things are going here? Like, are you good with this?
I love how they did that. Like having the snake, where we're thinking like, ooh, evil snake, it's going to take over Sengoku or whatever, and he's like, well, okay.
What's
even for a guy like me, that's cold.
That's cold. Yeah. It makes us in some way kind of go, hold up. This might have some positive benefits in the long run.
Oh, yeah.
Even though, she's going to need to vent some negative emotions. Who doesn't need to do that at some point, right?
Exactly, yeah.
So it's just going to be the context of, are there going to be any permanent consequences because of said venting of emotions? We'll see.
This almost feels like in Inside Out, where the sadness, basically, you know, it's the to let people know that we're not okay, right?
We need to signal. We need to signal. We need to signal. Like, hey, we need help.
And yet Sengoku is all about being invisible.
Yeah.
So
even though she would love to not be invisible to Araragi, but under the context of not being saved, but and him being in love with her, if she can make it fall for her, but then there's the issue with, you know, his not going to fall for her. So it's a very cool spin on kind of what they did with Hanakawa, but totally fitting for Sengoku's character. Just
hitting a lot of the same notes, but very, very different. And
I love it.
A part of me wonders if, like, Araragi, offering like, hey, you can have the bed and all that stuff. Like, if that was actually something that just made it even worse for Sengoku, because Araragi is entirely doing this from the just wanting to be helpful.
Right. Right. He's probably not thinking about that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Of course not.
In some ways, maybe if anything, him, play acting in some ways, the pervy side of him is the joke. That's the thing, is that he's all like, haha, and he's not even taking that seriously, and that she might be like, I'm actually kind of into the fact that, you could be into me. Like
the person who brought it up the most was actually Shinobu, when she's like, oh no, you know where this could go.
Yeah, you could have been left with a teen pregnancy situation. We all know how that goes.
Shinobu, you're amazing.
Shinobu's amazing. Sengoku's surprisingly amazing.
Yeah.
And even Kuchinawa, you're kind of cool. Like, well, let's see where this goes. And Araragi, like, you're being the hero. You're doing your best. Yep. Let's get into this episode, y'all. Yeah. All right, everyone, we're going to be starting the episode in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now.
Oh my.
Oh. Fire Sisters. Yeah. Wait, what?
Sookie.
What?
Wow.
Oh my gosh. My brain's finally working. Huh. What a gentleman. Yeah, that's how it went. Oh.
There's no parallels for that at all.
Oh.
So serious self-esteem issues, and maybe that's why she wants to be invisible?
Oh, no. Cute instead of beautiful, The insinuation that she's lower. Like, you're small. You're just a little cute organism. Yeah.
Oh. Sure. Oh. Okay.
And she has no... Oh.
She's the cutest right after me. And that's pretty much the same thing as what Shinobu said, too.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, some serious self-esteem issues.
Yeah.
So maybe it's a reverse then on the Medusa thing, because the Medusa is usually the vanity from their looks.
Yeah.
Whereas this is the opposite. It's the insecurity that comes from it.
Wow. Sookie just going straight for the kill here.
Oh.
Sookie doesn't let up. Oh wait, does she now? Oh, tiptoeing. Time to hit you. Critical point reached. Wait. Who said that?
Shinobu did.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Huh. Whoa. Oh. Oh. Suki's wisdom. Here we go. Unsolicited. Oh.
Well, it's complicated.
Yeah, he wouldn't say that, yeah. Yeah, let's bring that up, right?
What? No.
Do you have proof?
Spotlight. Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay, good. The spotlight's off, so she's feeling a little more comfortable. Uh-huh. How? Not why. How is that possible? Oh.
Far more than madly in love?
Whoa.
Whoa.
This is... Oh my gosh. Do this and that. Aww, and she's able to say it, even though... Huh. Yep. And that's
exactly.
Yep. Yeah. Sonotori.
I have no idea if Otori actually means that, if Sonotori is something completely different, but...
Every time I hear that giggling, kind of reversed giggling thing, it almost feels like sadness than actually giggling. Oh, unstylish clothes. All these things she's wearing here,
gotcha.
Not cute.
Okay.
Oh my god. Oh my god. No, I've experienced this, but in a different way.
What?
Whenever I'd be going out, like, looking to, find a partner or something like that, I would not say them anything about the YouTube channel. Because I wouldn't want them to basically be like, oh, yeah. Well,
right, wanting to see you for you.
I want to see them for me, for me. Yeah, exactly.
So she wants to be invisible to see who actually is able to see her while she's invisible.
While she's invisible, yeah. So it is totally all context, but it's more than that in addition, because she's constantly told, oh, you're so cute, you're so cute, you're so cute. Blah, blah,
right.
Blah, blah, blah.
So maybe it's the fact that Araragi notices her in the midst of that, kind of. But he hasn't been as much as she wants.
Time sits still. Zawado.
All right.
Heart to heart time. It's not a harem. It's not a harem.
Whatever you
worry,
do, don't let him brush your teeth. Or do.
And the purple, Yes! In every timeline, too! Aww.
Excellent question.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it is selfish after all.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Right, she doesn't want to trouble Araragi. But yeah, that is
Wow. Oh, man. Yeah, that is quite the disconnect.
Yep. You're being awfully acquiescent. Wow. Exactly what she's done.
Uh-huh.
The writing is on the wall.
Yeah.
Ah.
Interesting.
More writing on the wall. It's obvious, basically, right?
Uh-huh.
Whoa.
Man.
Oh.
Wow.
Dang. She did exactly that. Wow. But how do you know? Yeah, exactly. So let's get into that. She's gonna solve her own problem just by talking here. This is good.
Potentially. And because
it's even more apparent now.
Sure.
Yeah. By reality. Oh my gosh.
Sookie, he is spitting fire.
We followed up Shinobu with Tsukihi here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
But now?
Oh.
I'll tell him.
Oh.
She cut her bangs.
Oh. Oh no. Whoa. Huh? Oh. 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 Oh, here we go.
I'll give you new hair, better hair.
Oh. All right.
My vessel will be you.
Oh, okay. Oh. Why?
Wait. Was that breaking the fourth wall there?
Maybe. Huh.
You can't be invisible anymore?
Yeah. Oh. And get through this scene.
Oh, man.
Oh. Whoa. Yeah.
All right.
Nice. Wow.
Her voice is totally different. Oh, this is great.
Wow.
Yeah, she's standing up for herself.
That's the perfect head tilt there. Oh, now he's got the... Oh, no, that's all the rest of them there.
And the mirror. I'm gonna change the atmosphere of the room.
Oh, wow. There.
Yeah, yeah.
Whoa. Jeez. Let's go. Oh my god. Wow. Wow.
This is amazing.
Wow. They've moved back.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. My God, you're all my classmates. Yeah. Wow. And now back to
cutesy
voice,
voice. Yeah.
Wow.
That was amazing.
That was incredible. I want to like write all that down. Like,
yeah. Yeah.
Huh. Oh. Wow. Yeah, that was you. What do you know? What do you know? Yeah. Awesome. Ah. Wow.
Oh.
Oh. Wait, what? End my life?
she's just talking about like her. Oh. Okay.
Well. Oh.
Yeah. Everything, huh?
Whoa.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
No need to commit then, basically.
Mm-hmm. Huh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Whoa, whoa.
Huh.
All right. Underwear? Oh my god.
Yeah. There it is. It was hidden in the pages.
Wait, was that the thing that ended up getting placed on the shrine?
Maybe?
Oh, it's literally an Ouroboros snake.
Mm-hmm. So eat himself, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, crap.
Wow.
Oh.
Oh. Oh, man.
Oh, dang.
Oh, boy.
Oh!
Oh! Oh, man! Whoa!
Wow! Oh my gosh! This episode, though.
Wow!
This episode. Wow! I'm blown away.
Okay, I had a feeling that something like that was going to happen. I didn't think in this context, but that the thing that would push her over the edge would be if Araragi found out, you know? Because then, especially once it was known that she wants to stay in the situation where she wants to just be here forever, right?
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh man. Cat's out of the bag, genie's out of the bottle.
Yep. And now her state at the beginning of the arc makes perfect sense now.
Yep. Oh man. Woo. Wow. Oh boy.
All right. Well, Fire Sisters. Let's go. Fire Sisters. Oh. Oh, sure.
Sure.
Uh-huh.
Oh, and...
Oh, dang.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. All right.
What even was that?
Monogatari, you take the cake. Absolutely. This is
that
brilliant.
Was incredible.
That was absolutely genius to have happen in this episode in a way that not only was, captivating in that it was a brash, beautiful voice acting performance from the
incredible
from the voice actress, but just having this be at a crucial moment where she snaps at the person who's essentially taking advantage of her, of her
sort
state
of pushing her
the most, and she just decides, you know what? I've had it. I've had it with all this here. I can totally be myself, and in some ways, this wouldn't have come about. So I'm now seeing a little bit of the broader context with what happened with Shinobu in the previous episode. This wouldn't have happened if Shinobu and Sookie, in this lovely kind of 1-2 combo, didn't upset her established order internally, and therefore set her on this path for some brilliant character development. This is like a plot twist reveal that we totally couldn't have seen coming in this specific expression of it.
Right.
But it's so telegraphed over the course of time now that we see it.
This single episode, it blows my mind. It blows my mind. From a technical perspective, this is definitely one of my favorites because I didn't care about Sengoku in Bake, right? I didn't like her, right? She kind of annoyed me, right? And of all the characters besides Sengoku, who I would say I had the least attachment to, it was Sookie.
Oh, sure.
Right? Sure. Not counting the characters that have been introduced super recently that are more tertiary characters.
Gotcha.
Now. But this episode changed my perspective on both of them. Both of them, all in one episode. That's because the way that Sookie talks to Sengoku in that conversation, this whole conversation is just absolutely fantastic, both contextually and just in and of itself as a by itself thing. And the way that Shaft just did all the extra stuff that they added to the presentation of it was excellent. Excellent. Because some of the times I feel like I'm not picking up on some of the things that I should be able to pick up on because I feel like it's very artistic and stuff, and so meaning will be lost on me, or at least on first viewing,
Sure.
But I feel like, and I'm sure there's tons more to get on rewatch, but it was so over the top with how it was done. And yet it fits totally for the characters, both for Sookie, because of course she's Sookie, right?
Right.
Let's girl talk. Yeah.
Right.
And yet, the way that Sengoku was dodging and avoiding the issue and everything like that. And then of course when we see Sengoku later finally be she's had enough, right? Man.
Yeah.
So good.
So let's talk about the cute thing. I think there's probably other things in this show that are about as layered or even more so. But one of the things I'd say I love about this whole thing of her freaking out about being called cute here is that I would say there's an obvious first layer. The obvious first layer is that this is something that she doesn't like because it isolates her into one like one descriptor. It's a catch-all term that oversimplifies who she is. Sure. It doesn't give anyone real view into her as a person.
All right.
Yeah, you're cute.
Right.
But then you go, I'd say, a little bit deeper, and you realize that the cute thing is also a label people put on her in order to restrict her into a specific person. It's not just you don't see the full thing, but yes, it tightens, it coils around her and keeps her from being anything else. Well, and the thing is that I think a lot of people would end up in Shinobu's situation and think, this is all intentional. This is all something that she's concocted. Right. But then you pull back a little bit, just a little bit, and go, wait a minute, hold on. Let's look at this in context. She's a 14-year-old girl. She's she's not thinking on that level.
She's got her own issues and insecurities. She's got her own stuff.
And she's got way bigger things to deal with than try and pull some grand scheme on everyone with this whole thing here.
Even if it's something as simple as, well, I'm in love with my friend's older brother, but I hardly know him, and he barely even knows I exist.
Yeah.
Like, what do I do with that? You know,
right?
And then trying to also figure out kind of who she is and stuff, and what she will put up with. Because one of the things that I love that they brought up here, and again they used the Shaft made it so like clear of like, oh yeah, the whole idea of her being cute in order to try and basically get attention, right? You know, right. The idea that she was trying to do that, she was trying to get Aragi's attention, but it didn't work. It didn't work. So then she comes to the point where she just accepts, I'll just be in this situation forever, and I'll just accept that, and I'll stop putting myself out there so that way it's not like it's safe. It's
I don't have to get hurt by rejection anymore.
Exactly. Right. I don't have to get hurt by rejection anymore because I've just accepted that I will be this way. It will be this way forever. And there you go. My life's simpler, and then I can go back to being invisible, even to Araragi. And then, in fact, that's something that I'm aiming for. I'm trying to be invisible, right? You know, it's not that he won't notice me. You know, it's not that he won't see me in that way. I'll just make it so that, you know, of course he wouldn't see me in that way, right? Yeah.
I love that Sengoku basically just Nisio Isin basically just did it with the writing and stuff, but her character is one that just completely dismantled stan culture in like one anime episode, basically. I mean, Tsukihi was the one that brought up the insanity of it.
I feel like Tsukihi was basically like the sushi chef, like, you know, basically just
sashimiing. I use sashimi as a verb. I know, kill me. I'm sorry.
But you know, just taking something and being like, cool.
Like Tsukihi's. Let's pull things out into context here. So Tsukihi is a really close friend of Sengoku. You already see the difference here in the way that they treat, you know, Shinobu and Tsukihi treating Sengoku here. There is a little bit of a good cop, bad cop kind of thing there, but I think that they're very much saying different things, because it's not just that Tsukihi sees the problem and goes, this is a problem. Tsukihi genuinely cares about Sengoku, and it's not just because you're cute, we're friends. Like, that was maybe what instigated the connection, was, oh my gosh, I can't, like, she's grabbing my attention, I have to be friends with her.
Tsukihi, she's so emotionally led.
Yes.
And yet because the whole trope of characters, and you know, it's a trope because there's a lot of, you know, truth to it in reality and stuff, where you have the person that's very emotionally led, and because of that, their emotional intelligence quotient is insanely high, right? They can see where things are at, where other people are at, sometimes even better than the people can, right? But I don't think I've seen it done so well in a story than with Tsuki, because the way that she just goes straight to the issue.
Oh, like, my God.
And Tsuki, he's like, ooh, invisible, deflection, you know, wax on, wax on.
He's like, no.
She's like,
no, I didn't ask you to say...
The hell do you think you're talking to?
Like, right. This part where she does the whole thing of, my bangs cover, like, then if I were cute, you wouldn't have been friends with me. He's like, what's that? What do you mean? And she's like, oh, sorry, it's nothing. It's like, I didn't ask. Sorry isn't what I want to hear. I asked
like,
what you meant.
Think this is a mother game?
can you answer me? Or are you unable to? Or you don't want to? I'm sorry. I said I didn't want to say you're sorry, but I'm not asking it right. Is it my fault? And then I'm scared, I'm scared. It's not. And then she goes, and then she backs up. Yeah, and does basically the moment of aha, it's time to hit you. You know, basically
and I love that she's like standing on her toes, like she's like
mantis form. You know?
Yeah, mantis form, like dancing, also fighter kind of a thing. Like this, like.
See, then she basically reveals the thing that Shinobu told her. Good thing you happen to be cute, and it's not like I chose to be being shown favoritism just for that. And she's like, oh, it makes you feel guilty, so that's why you grew out your bangs and hide your face like that. And it's like, oh my gosh. Just something that I would never have like drawn out and paid attention to.
Where Sookie's like, you slightly changed your appearance.
Yes,
I know why.
Yeah. and in some ways, like, she's not like completely certain about it, but it's the thing of you definitely changed because I care about you and I notice you. I notice these little things. These are the kinds of things that Shinobu could care less about.
Well, and also one of the things that I love here is that she talks about
couldn't care less about. I'm sorry, I used that phrase wrong.
Yeah. So she makes the comment. She says what Shinobu said, right? It's a good thing you're cute, kind of a thing. Well, and she's like, oh, so is that why you grew your bangs out? But the thing is, no.
Yeah.
Sengoku was growing. That happened recently. Sengoku started growing her bangs out long time ago.
Yeah.
Like that way before that. And so it's just it's so good. Like this whole conversation is like because I feel like sometimes when you want to have a character that basically pierces to the question, right? To the true heart of the matter, the actual dialogue can end up getting overly simple. Because they cut through all the other stuff, right?
Yeah.
But in this, she's like specifically bringing up all the wax on, wax off techniques that Sengoku is using, and she's like, "Oh, so you're gonna do this? No. You're gonna do this? No." Like it's basically giving them just enough acknowledgement so that Sengoku knows that she is going to pierce straight to the heart of the matter.
Right. And I love that she's like, "Hey, who told you that in the first place?" You're giving her the advice of, "Isn't it your fault that all you are is cute?" And then she doesn't get a response of, who told you that. So then she kind of, speaking of which, you're in love with him, right? I love this Tsukihei style of conversation where when she doesn't seem like she's able to go too much deeper with it, she's like, all right, attack pattern delta, and then delta change, and then
I feel like Tsukihei is the kind of person that could convince someone that she's a psychic by just basically being like saying something and then being like, I see.
Yes.
You didn't say anything, but the response to what I said revealed these other things,
Her intuition levels are too damn high.
And Sengoku's like, what are you talking about? Do you have proof?
The spotlight's on her. And it's just
she actually has a spotlight.
Yeah, it sounded like the criminal in an old mystery novel. It's like, well, you don't have to hide it. It's obvious. It's apparent. Just her actually shining the light, being like, you realize like every literal person that knows you knows this. Even the people that don't care about you but just know you a little bit know this.
And I know you a lot better than most people.
And Araragi is the only one that doesn't notice, which I think now that I see this here and I've finished the episode is brilliant because it's foreshadowing that the one person who doesn't know it is going to find out. Right. Because it's shining all around you. It's
right. And the idea that it's the thing that Sengoku once would have hoped that he would realize, right?
Yeah.
But now, no, she doesn't want that because then that's needing to address something.
Yeah.
Right. And that's why this is going to be so painful because it's going to be her addressing something, right? And in a lot of ways, pulling back because this is painful. I don't want to do this, which is probably what's going to be the result of her going to the Medusa State and all that.
Yeah. So she wants all these wonderful romantic things with him. She wants to go steady and all that, but he has a girlfriend. We go to the OP. We realize that in the OP, all these simple, unstylish bits of clothes, the baggy kind of things and things like that. The overalls.
And her moving backwards at the beginning, the idea that she's basically backpedaling from where she was,
Sure.
Yeah.
Then they bring up we're going to have the heart-to-heart. He's walking with a lot of girls. One of them is a perfect match, and she is absolutely perfect for Araragi.
Yep.
And that is actually an interesting thing was Tsukihei's kind of critical assessment of it's not that hold on. Where she was saying that she's perfect for him, not that he's perfect for her.
Right.
To the point that she's the only one for him. Everyone thinks he's the only one for her.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really the opposite.
Yeah.
That's kind of interesting. Yeah, it's like, why are you in love with him? And then she basically goes from the you stan Araragi. Basically, it's more than just a love in a lot of ways, or even an obsession. Right. It's something where you are giving him a form of hero worship.
Yep.
Or kind of celebrity worship,
and yet not being honest with yourself enough to have it turn into anything but that.
Well, she can't let it be anything but that, because that would be something where she could get hurt.
The dream would shatter.
Yeah. Well, it would not. It doesn't fit in line with reality, because that's the thing there. And I want to bring up the whole stan culture in a way here, because Sookie and Sengoku, they basically disassemble the whole thing right here. It's just a complete denial of reality. Mm-hmm. But the thing that they start to go into a little bit is that there is potentially some kind of benefit from having this.
Oh yeah, there's
obsession.
A reason people do it.
There's a reason people do it. Yeah, but I don't know if they. Do you think they basically gave an emphatic critical judgment on whether or not it's pointless in the long run? Or do you think that was kind of something established by Tsukih's thing of, I wish they would just, eat reality, or
buy reality.
Buy reality instead of buying their dreams like lottery
tickets. I think that's what Sookie was basically saying, is that you can do it, and there's a reason that you're doing it. There's an effect that you can get from it.
Yeah.
But is that really where you want to be? Do you want to be buying a dream, or do you want to be buying reality?
Right.
And for my friend, I will not let that stand. Right. So then she cuts her bangs.
So I think it might just be, as long as you're self-aware, I would say escaping reality a little bit in that regard, even if it is at an obsessive level, stan culture, basically.
Well, a little bit at an obsessive level,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I would say the difference in a little bit would be then maybe something about duration. If you obsess about something for a week, it's not as damaging than if you obsessed about something for over 6 years.
Right. Yeah. And in Sengoku's case, it's she's losing out on a whole lot of her life, because she is basically saying, no, I can't. This whole aspect of my life is completely locked away forever.
Yeah, apparently that was someone in the first term came up to her. And
or a lot of people, because she's so cute.
Well, yeah. Well, there was definitely a lot of people, but she gives a specific reference or what have you. It was easier for you to decline when some other boy asked you outright. It turned out a confession from a boy on the baseball team. And she gives it basically as like this happened at this one. It was a specific one in my first term for that exact reason. Mm-hmm. So sure, there's one that was specifically one that she remembers as like, oh yeah, that one.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Whereas all the letters potentially might just be symbolic of,
sure. Although it's
less serious ones, But yeah, it could have been a lot, and it probably would have been, yeah.
Yeah. And the way they did that montage of,
showing all her.
If you did,
moments, basically.
yeah. But if you or for someone that's been in love from since the second grade, you're being awfully acquiescent. But if I start thinking that's the way things are, you'll invite him over, entice him with skimpy outfits, lie out on the bed, act assertively, and pretend you don't know he has a girlfriend. Yeah.
And yet you're not giving up on him, and you seem happy when you make him
worry
about you. And then it transitions a little bit to showing her covering, basically.
Yep. I like how while she's saying this, her bangs are pushed back, and then but she's still trying to cover her face. Yeah.
Yeah, and then eventually she just has the bangs. Doesn't make me happy, if I can be blunt about the impression I'm getting. Feels like a romance will never come to fruition, and thus reassured you keep it up. So here's an example of this. I once had a crush on someone. Long time. And I very much enjoyed, in some ways, having the crush on them.
Yeah.
Problem was this girl was so awesome, so amazing, so intimidating, in that she just had everything going for her, that I was more comfortable having the crush than I was actually just scared of getting rejected.
You can't fail if you never put yourself out there.
Yeah, and once I finally worked up the guts to basically make a move, she had a boyfriend apparently at the time that she wasn't telling anyone about.
Gotcha.
Probably because it was a pretty serious one, and she wanted things to be kind of gone through rather slowly. But there was a point after that boyfriend and her split up where, again, I had the moment I was like,
and you didn't go for it.
I didn't go for it.
I remember that. Yeah,
specifically.
And then the next time, like someone that you knew asked her out, you were like, why didn't I do that?
Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
So it just never happened and stuff. But I've also been in the other situation with Sengoku here, where there's something that you specifically don't want to be known for primarily, because you would rather people see you for you and have that be the thing that they connect with and identify with. So in some ways you make yourself a little bit invisible so that the ones that actually see you are the people that must really care. It's not because
of that thing, yeah.
Yeah, and I don't really have that big of a problem with it on the YouTube side of things, but it is something where I have seen some people do this with regards to looks, I would say, is one of them.
Oh, sure. Definitely.
Money is one of them. I would say, like, say you have some things that are more superficial about you, but they're things that a lot of other people really tend to value. Like an example would be, I've seen this in some weird, dumb clickbait videos where someone will show up with a really fancy car versus showing up with a deadbeater old car.
Right.
Like, yeah.
And they've got like the gold shovel in the trunk. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. But that kind of example there would be like, no. You wouldn't want the person who, is not interested in you because you showed up in the old Toyota versus the person that shows up and is now interested in you
because you're in a
Lamborghini. Yeah. It's like, yeah. That kind of superficial nature, that hypocrisy, the thing that she chews everyone out for later. That's going to be kind of interesting. So,
I love how Monogatari does this because I feel like a lot of the time because the concepts that they get at are very like intricate, and also like and because they're intricate, I feel like it can be kind of hard to suss out exactly like all the nuances of it as you're going through an arc, because you start to like I feel like I start to understand it a bit better, and then we get stuff like this where it basically capitalizes on all of the stuff that has been set up previously. And usually when I think about things getting set up for payoff in this kind of way, I think of it more with like world building, or like, if there's something like
because characters don't usually get this much love and attention.
Exactly.
That's just true.
But this is like with Monogatari, it almost feels like when you have like some world and you're like, okay, we're gonna have some crazy conflict that's gonna happen, but in order for that to mean something, we need to first go through all the steps of basically setting the stage, right? And you kind of get that something's gonna happen with it, and you might get a sense for it, but you don't really know just what it's going to be like until it happens, and then wow.
Yeah, when she decided to just lunge at her with the scissors and cut off her bangs there.
That look on Sookie's face just...
Yeah. I was really worried when like things started flashing red, and then she has this like look of just panic, and is her world just crumbling around her, and then they skip ahead an hour. I'm like, oh, that's giving me like Hanakawa flashbacks of like, time skipped. I killed Sookie in the previous hour.
Yeah. Right. Well, because I feel like it's something where her world was just basically
shattered.
Right.
Yeah.
So now she's been completely in reeling from it and trying to recontextualize everything.
Yeah, she's trying to escape reality.
Escape reality, exactly.
And then
so it's very
all
fitting.
Like, hey, escape reality. That's
good. And then she gets to the school and just this was so good.
Yeah, and then basically she says like, I can fix your hair for you if you want. Like I can do all kinds of things.
I can take you back to that comfortable place where you don't have to deal with all this stuff. Yeah.
And then the idea that he's like, oh, is that actually you?
Right. Like he didn't even recognize her.
But then the minute he's like, oh, that is you? what happened to that case I asked you about earlier? Any new developments? How's it going to get solved in one day? And then she goes through very manually with the spotlight on her of like, how do I get out of this? How do I, not have to deal with this and stuff?
And it doesn't work.
And then she realizes that because it doesn't work, this is like the perfect opportunity to just
and she's not even meaning
who
to.
She is,
because of just
going through the
muscle
motions.
memory, going through the motions, but something in her decided she'd had enough.
The emotion was just right there and couldn't be hidden. The writing was on the wall.
Yeah.
Did someone just say something? I just love her gesticulations as well. Just all of her body movements and stuff. And this is just being like,
no more, closed off, reserved, all that stuff.
The hair, like practically already in the Medusa style.
I love like because that happens plenty in anime where the person gets angry and their hair kind of like, does that as if there's like some wind or something. But it works here. It works from the Medusa angle, but then also just from the idea that this is actually her finally, coming loose, right?
Yeah.
And I love it. And the seiyu's work here, like,
is so good.
People had said, oh yeah, Sengoku's voice actress is like one of the most popular and like acclaimed voice actresses in Japan. I'm like, okay, that's cool. Like, did she just was the OP for her first arc just that popular, or like what like? And then this
happened.
And it's like, whoa, wow.
Right. What I love here is that her continuing this is amazing. That is amazing as well, because here's the thing that I love about this. He's not listening. He's not listening at all. All he's doing is he's feeling the intensity, and he's just getting like defensive, trying to stop it and what have you. And this is one of the most frustrating things about communicating with someone that doesn't actually care about you, is they won't listen. They won't actually listen.
Yeah.
And it's usually not the thing of where if someone doesn't listen, they don't care about you. It's more the if someone doesn't care about you, then they definitely won't listen.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's, they could hear what you're saying, but are they actually listening to?
They're just trying, like, this guy's just trying to get basically
calm down, stop,
a response from her, whether it be, like, not just for her to do the thing that he's wanting to do, but also an emotional response of, I want her to be, calm and complicit, basically, and just sort of be like, yes, I'll take care of it, whatever, so that way he can be put at ease, right? He can put it out of his mind. And
there's even such a serious type of gaslighting this whole thing. Oh, you're tired, calm down. Oh, what's wrong with you? And then also the and I'm tired. I'm just trying to appeal to your sense of duty. I believed in your sense of duty. Yeah, that is the most passive aggressive bullshit.
Man.
Okay. This kind of thing here. This kind of thing here gets me actually worked up about real life situations I've dealt with. Oh my gosh.
And that's why I'm really because that all of that stuff, even though we aren't too familiar with her exact situation, right? Because we don't know who this guy is really. We know he's a teacher, but okay.
Right.
But that kind of statement helps give credence and weight to everything that she's doing, because it's not just the fact that Sengoku's doing this, because this is something that she needs to do for herself, but then there's also the idea that it's not just about her coming to a realization and being more honest with herself and things like that and expressing herself, but the idea that the fact that she kept it all in this long, that's not good. She needed to do something like this is something that would not have been good to not do. Right, and now she finally cuts loose, and it's fantastic.
It's fantastic, yeah. And you don't have to go completely vilifying this guy here, because then once things go this way, she does leave the situation because she is going to go tell off everyone. She's like, hey, I'm on a roll right now. I'm going to go tell off the people that I actually care about, like my classmates. I don't care about this guy. But the idea that he is like, hey, well, where are you going? He wanted to continue the conversation.
Yeah.
He wasn't running away.
Right. He was absolutely not ready for the conversation.
No, of course not.
And even if she had stayed and continued it, he probably still wouldn't have been ready for it. But
He at the very least didn't want to run away from it here.
Man, I gotta say though, that would be awesome if when I wanted to tell people off, I just kicked a door straight off its hinges and like, you know,
hey, all this riffraffs.
Yeah. And my voice changed and got all epic and stuff. Like,
how about a reply?
Yeah.
Look at reality. Oh my gosh.
Like oh man, this is so amazing. Like,
just going over it, it's something I'd rather just write down and just kind of look at for a while because it's really good. But when
they all back up,
and what have you, this is something that is a little thing that I've probably been guilty of as well. Is that when you look at the things that they're talking about here, well, I say they, but I mean this is Sengoku, but I feel the writer coming through the character here.
Okay.
Because there's something I would say that's more thematic for the show a little bit, in that it's also something that applies really well to the real world. Mm-hmm. It's like it's a message being sent out to a lot of people right here, and I'm receiving it because I feel like some of my own weakness getting called out in this like tirade here. Is that hypocrites that talk principles and hide your real intentions. One of the things that's really frustrating about communicating with people is when you tell them exactly, completely and totally what you're feeling or thinking about inside, they are given the opportunity to completely invalidate via their response what you're feeling or saying. Now, you currently have your own, you feel it, you're experiencing it, therefore it's valid for you in the moment there. But because it is something that you're expressing out there and you don't have perfect perspective, you are not some arbiter as to what reality is, people can then come at it and go, you know what? No, I'm basically going to try and cut that off at the legs there. I have been trained a lot of the times when I've been talking to people to not give fully what I want to communicate, so that I can test the waters to see how willing people are to even have this conversation. Or not just to have the conversation, but to actually try and see things a little bit from my perspective. Because I'm not the best communicator. So when she gives this whole thing of here, like, how dare you? How dare you hold back in that way and give basically your, the principles but hiding your real intentions. Scum of the earth that betray once someone believes you. The lowest forms of life on earth. There's a lot of other things in here, but what I'm pulling out of it is that there is this lack of honesty, this little bit of hypocrisy when people don't actually communicate their true intentions. Now, it doesn't have to be like hiding your intentions doesn't have to be a thing that's bad. That's bad. It just shows in some ways that you're guarded. There's some aspect there that needs to be revealed and stuff. Now, she's being completely unguarded here, fully.
Oh, absolutely.
Revealing everything there.
Yep.
Yeah.
And there's something that is that there's an amazing place of strength that Sengoku is clearly tapping into here, where in a lot of ways I feel like because she was so guarded before, she was actually very vulnerable.
Yeah.
Right? Whereas here, she basically got naked, right? And in doing so, she was able to stand proud and nothing that they could possibly say in this situation would hurt her. Now, after this, she regressed and put it all back on, and then hence when Araragi came by and said that's not going to happen, that pierced through everything, and that's going to be the thing that causes all the stuff that happens later. But what I love about this here is that Sengoku's situation, because of the similarities to, say, Hanakawa's situation, right? I love that basically Nisio doesn't just stop with the specific situation that they're going through. And what I mean by that is that there's the specific situation that they're going through, right? Hanakawa's issue with her parents and all of that stuff. And Sengoku with all the stuff at school and with Araragi, but it's the tying of that specific thing into a general thing that is then easy for the audience to identify with and get a lesson from, kind of, right? To have that feeling like, okay, this is something that I can directly apply to my life in some facet, right?
Right.
Or if it's something if it was just about, you like someone and they don't, and they don't like you, right?
Right.
That would still be good, but the fact that it's taken further, right? That it gets into the meat of why exactly she does that. The idea that there is a method to the madness, and that she could stay here if she wanted to, but why is that a bad idea? What is it about her exactly that needs to say these things, right?
Yeah.
So that way we can be like, oh yeah, where are the areas of my life where I have one of those? Even if it's not that I'm at school and I'm cute and, and blah, 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 and I hide beneath my bangs, right? The idea that there are places where we do the equivalent.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And by seeing this play out with this fictional character who does not actually exist, we can then take something out of this into our own lives.
Yep. I wanted to clarify some of my theories surrounding the whole "for my life and days at school have come to an ending," is in quotations. There's an aspect of that that's like, oh, she's going to end her life? What do you mean? And then you realize, no, because this has just been so much about who she is and, reality and all that, she's in some ways going to end the fantasy.
Right. Yeah.
So now, is she really ready for that? Who knows? But then he kind of gets, oh, well, then you should go there because the ending to everything is there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of cool that he has that intuition to be able to kind of ascertain that makes sense, that this would be here. And then, of course, the entire curtain falls down once she reveals, to Araragi unintentionally that she does love him.
Yeah. One of the things that I liked is kind of like a thing that they had in here is her looking through the porn. Because, okay, the joke of the fact that it was hidden in the porn, as a bookmark, anyways, it's like, okay, that's great, right? But the idea that she's intrigued by basically these people that are bearing themselves.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And she's like, what? Okay, I want to keep reading, like, because I want to keep looking at this, because this is actually... There's something about it that seems like she's really intrigued by it. Not in a sexual sense necessarily, but just she just basically bared herself to the students, right?
Right.
And now she's in the room of the guy that she likes, that she's never been able to tell him her true feelings, right?
Yeah.
And she's hesitating. She doesn't know if she can actually do it, right?
Yeah.
She's clammed up a lot, and she's like, I don't know, And then here she sees this, and she's like, that would be nice. But when she actually says it, she's not, and Araragi realizes she isn't making the decision to tell him. She's going back.
Yeah, I think it's also that this is something that Araragi very much likes and spends his time with, so she's wanting to.
Oh, sure, that could be
absorb things through osmosis.
Sure.
So then this talisman. Remember the talisman thing that was on the shrine?
Yeah, like it
didn't look like this,
but was there an equivalent that was like way back in Sengoku's first arc?
I don't remember, but
in a different arc.
I think it's just that we recently went through the whole time travel stuff with Shinobu, and there was a talisman on the thing that looked similar, but it was definitely not the same one.
I would not at all be surprised though if Nisio put this in the story like way long time ago, and we just forget about it because okay, whatever.
Well, yeah, that arc from Bake was the one that I probably have the least recollection from.
Same.
Exactly, because there were so many other better ones.
Yeah.
But
which is why this episode is so amazing to me, because it's not just that it has so much good stuff in it, but that it's in the place where I would have least expected it.
Yeah, and Araragi knows now.
Yep,
and he rejects her.
Yeah,
that one won't come true, Sengoku.
Yeah.
And I like how he doesn't look like happy to tell her that or anything like that. He's just like, I'm sorry that won't happen.
And there's a part of me that wonders if the snake tried to get that out of her specifically so that this would happen.
I mean, yeah. Yeah, that's possible. In some ways, how literal are we to look at the snake kind of things? Is this just an aspect of her subconscious kind of wanting to bring about the situation so that she can face reality finally, or maybe just that 1 in a million chance, like winning the lottery, that maybe he'll say yes.
Yep. Oh man.
So there we are. That's this is a fantastic arc.
Yep.
But this episode marks a milestone for how I would say Monogatari does its characters even.
Oh yeah.
like all the other characters in my mind and their developments and the culmination of their development are in some ways going to be slightly kind of thought of in the context of, well, this happened.
Right.
How much more so or what have you could we do?
Yeah. And I realize now how there can be Sengoku fans. Because I didn't really get it before this episode. Because like the whole thing with Monogatari is that every girl is best girl when she gets her time, right? You know, and I always kind of saw Sengoku as being like the exception to that. You know, like everyone except for Sengoku. You know,
I mean, but there are a lot of other characters that have been introduced that just haven't gotten.
Oh, definitely, yet. Right. But yeah, exactly. Like Yatsuki or Yozuru
or Gain, you know.
Yeah, exactly, right. But it's like we haven't even touched on them much at all, you know. But because of the arc in Bake, I was like, oh yeah, no. But then, never have I been so wrong.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
So there we go, y'all. This is Nadeko Medusa, and we are only 3 episodes into this whole thing,
right?
And we've done so much.
Oh boy.
If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion to this awesome arc right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get on early access there, and any level of support gets you access to our Discord, where you can chat with us and the community about the show, about anime in general. You can also talk with Jacob about the book that he wrote.
That's right. I wrote a sci-fi novel. It's called Battle Lines. It's available on Amazon. Links in the description. It's available in hardcover and ebook, so make sure to go check that out.
Yeah, so if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.